some really good players linked to West Ham today. I think some good transfer rumours. I don't know what it is, but it feels as if this transfer window is a little bit different. I don't know if it's Kretinsky coming in, Rob Newman, maybe the reshuffled board, the noises Moyes is making. There's something about it which leads me to believe it's going to be a, maybe not fruitful, but a productive transfer window in this one. So I think some of the names on this list are people that are going to be coming in. At least 3 of them I think are relatively realistic. I wasn't sure what a couple of them, what type of players they were. I've done my research to try and give you the little bit of knowledge that I've gained anyway, but I do think it's really, really interesting. We'll get into that in just a second. I'd say just before, when I was sort of reading the football news, have you seen the Karim Benzema thing? I mean, it's crazy. I didn't know until today. For those of you that didn't know, Benzema obviously was out the France team for quite a while. Got back in, I think it was just before the Euros or something like that. Got back in the France team. While he was there, basically, one of his teammates, I don't want to start mentioning names and all the rest of it because I'll get them wrong and it could be litigious, but one of his teammates showed him his phone. There's basically a naughty video, like a private video on his phone. Shared it with Benzema, and Benzema basically tried to blackmail him. Got hold of the video in some way, tried to blackmail him. He's been convicted of blackmail. Now, I mean, that's nasty, what a horrible thing to do. Talk about breaking the sacred bond of the dressing room and the rest of it. But the real interesting thing was the press officer, I guess, for the France national team has turned around and said they don't condone his behaviour. Obviously, he's been found guilty of it. But they say, no, they don't see any reason why he can't play and represent France again. Really? Really? I mean, I hate this about press people. I really do. The fact that just say it as it is, which basically he's got no chance of playing for France again. He's broken the bond of trust. Nobody in that dressing room will ever trust him ever again. What a horrible, horrible human being. By the way, I don't actually know I don't know what the what was featured in the video itself. Let me just put that as a disclaimer. I mean, it might be something. Anyway, whatever. That was it. I just found it ridiculous. Anyway, look, I've got some names for you here for today, which is... let's try and wing it without my glasses. No. There you go. Rudiger. Right. Vitinha. I think that might be Vito Oliveira. There's someone called Wind, Jonas Wind. I think that story might just be a lot of hot air. Isco. Bayo, Mohamed Bayo, Origi, Youssef En-Nesyri and Hlosek. Now, there's a lot of names there. There's not a Zuma or a Lingard in sight, is there? Okay, Rudiger, do you remember? I mentioned him, and when I did the videos... sorry, I'm not doing anything sinister. I'm cleaning my glasses. Rudiger, I mentioned I did the 3 videos about the free transfers. I thought Chelsea would just make sure he had a deal. I don't know. It looks like they're letting it run down. I think this is... I mean, every time I've ever seen him play, I think he's a really, really good player. So I think that was a really interesting shout, particularly if he's available on a free. Watch this space on that one. I don't discount it. Would Moyes want him? I think Moyes would take Rudiger. Absolutely. My only thing was, would Chelsea sell him? Or would Chelsea let his contract run down? Apparently he wants 200 grand a week. We're not going to pay that. Do you know what? Chelsea aren't going to pay that. Nobody's going to pay that. Wherever Rudiger goes, he ain't getting 200 grand a week. However, what you might be able to do if he comes on a free, you might be able to chuck him a £3-4 million signing bonus or something like that. Watch this space on this one. Right, the other guy is Vitinha from Braga. I think, you know what it's like with some of these Portuguese and Brazilian players. They use one name and they've got lots of others. So I think this is Vito Oliveira. I've tried to do my research, but apparently us and Tottenham are both in for him. What I find weird about this, and this story is everywhere, I've had a little look. There's not a lot of stuff to look at with this guy. And I'll tell you why, he's 21, and he looks all right, but there's not an awful lot of footage because he's not played very much. And this is not one of the believable ones. He's played 4 games for Braga in the league, 4 league games. He's played a little bit in the cup. Big things are expected of him. He's being labelled the next Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, I'll tell you what, he's 21. I remember Ronaldo. I remember Ronaldo playing in a friendly for Sporting Lisbon against Manchester United. Manchester United signed him at 18. I'll tell you what, 18-year-old Ronaldo is pretty damn good. I think he made his debut against Bolton. This guy's 21. He's still only played 4 times for Braga. I would discount this. I can't imagine, particularly when you've got somebody like Adam Hlosek there, who seemed to do I've watched him play now. Hlosek seems to fulfil a similar sort of role, as a similar type style, if you like. Well, Hlosek has played international football. He's got 2 seasons under his belt at least. He's younger, he's better, he's stronger. I don't know why we wouldn't get someone like Hlosek and would go and get this guy. This is not one of the ones that I believe particularly. By the way, if you want to check out all this list and all the players that are on it, they're all on the OneFootball app. I mean, there's loads of them. There's loads of these players today. And the OneFootball app, it's an app for your phone. You click the link below, you download it to your phone, you click on it, you say, who do you support? I support West Ham. And then it puts all of this sort of transfer stuff all together in one place for you. It's not just transfer stuff, as you will know by now. It's all it's all the West Ham news, all into one place. And also, just before kick-off, so we've got kick-off tomorrow, hour before kick-off, the OneFootball app with the first team lineups for West Ham. That's going to be really interesting, to be honest, tomorrow's game. Anyway, best of all, it's free. Use the link below. That's the OneFootball app. Down there. Anyway, the next one is Jonas Wind. Jonas Wind. I think this is slightly believable. Now, Jonas, I've got very familiar, haven't I? I've gone familiar. Where Jonas Wind? Where's Zuma Wind? I've mentioned Zuma again. I'm sorry. No more Zuma. At least I haven't mentioned the other one. Jonas Wind plays for Copenhagen, or as some might say, Copenhagen. He doesn't play for 2 teams. They're the same. Anyway, he's been in good form. He's only 22 years of age. When I've seen him, he looks okay. So some players you look at, you think David Moyes is not going to be interested in this guy. But this guy is believable. Apparently, he has a value of only 10 million. Where has he come from? Well, I don't mean Copenhagen. Where has the rumour come from? Where has he been scouted? Is this a Rob Newman? One of his tip-offs or something like that? I don't know. 17 goals, 8 assists last season, and already this season, 10 goals and 6 assists. And they've been playing Copenhagen. I've been playing in the Europa Mickey Mouse Conference League, which is the one Tottenham are in, just in case you're unsure. I'll probably remind yourselves and Tottenham of that again at some point. The other link is Cisco. Cisco's a singer. He's like a rapper, isn't he? We're not going to... In the old thong song, we're not signing... We're not signing Cisco. Dong, 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 dong. We're not signing him. It was all about a Chinese version of it, that really, wasn't it? Oh, God. I don't know why you watch this stuff. Anyway, Isco, who's a Real Madrid player, might be signing. Apparently us and Leeds are interested in him. Good player, a really good player. It never really happened for him, I don't feel, not fully... when he signed for Real Madrid, remember he was meant to be the next big thing, wasn't he? Didn't really happen. I mean, they signed a lot of players, and I think sort of thwarted his progress. It doesn't matter. You don't need to talk about Isco or Cisco. Actually, I prefer to talk about Cisco. I think he wasn't he in the band Drew Hill. Anyway, I probably know more about Cisco than Isco. I don't think we're signing either of them, quite frankly. But I could imagine Leeds being interested, just can't see it. Okay, here is somebody who is I've looked at him and I see this link. Now his name is Mohamed Bayo, and I've looked at him. It looks like he does fit David Moyes' style, and he's got an excellent last name, because there's a song there which of course is the Harry Belafonte song. Just be Bayo, he said Bayo, he said Bayo, he said Bayo, and that would be a good song for him. Not just is he good for a song. I don't know if he can sing it, by the way, but we sing it to him. He seems to. Okay, he's a big size, Chunkenstein, as we like to say on this. Well, I say we like to say on this channel, as I like to say, Humungovic, Chunkenstein, Humungovic, and that's not his name. His name is Mohamed Bayo. But he's a good size. He's tricky. He's got. He travels really well with the ball. you could just see him. You can see Antonio, you can see David Moyes on the touchline saying, Mickey, you come off, Bayo, you go on. You could just see him featuring and being effective within the parameters of our team. He's got a touch of the Paolo One-Chops I don't mean Paolo. I'm not suggesting for a moment that Paolo One-Chop has touched Mohamed Bayo. Let me just get that right. That's not. I mean he has a similar style to Paolo One-Chop. I'm doing well on this video today, I feel. So yeah, I like this one. This looks good. He plays for a team called Clermont Foot. Clermont Foot. There we go. That's it. It's a funny name. Mind you, let's be fair, I think every team sounds funny. I think every player sounds funny. Divock Origi, we've discussed him before. I think he keeps coming up in the suggestions because it's easy. And I'm not sure if there's a bit of that with Rudiger and a bit of that with Isco. I think these are natural links to make. I mean, as I say, I did the free transfer video. There was a whole list of players there. I think it's easy to go through that list of players and link them with clubs. I don't think it's. But I've gone with some other players like Bayo and Wind. I've gone with a Wind. I've gone with some other players who I do think it's not easy to make that link, but I just can see them fitting in West Ham style. Certainly. The other one is, I'm convinced, and have been for quite some time, that this is David Moyes' chosen. He's the chosen one. It's Youssef En-Nesyri. As far as I can remember, David Moyes has only ever gone public by talking about 3 players that have been at other clubs in terms of wanting to sign them. Okay? Sorry, that's my photo. I'll tell you what. It's West Ham related. Don't worry. It's not breaking. Not missing any breaking news there, by the way. I think with this guy, there's been 3 that are mentioned. He normally has his policy, Moisey, of saying, he says, I don't talk about players at other clubs. But he does. You do, Davey. You absolutely do. Because you spoke about Zuma and you spoke about Jesse Lingard. The only other one he spoke about is Youssef En-Nesyri. En-Nesyri himself has said no. The first, I think he said no twice, but we still went back in. Moyes really wants, this is Moyes' #1 striker signing. No, make no mistake about it, Jesse Lingard is David Moyes' #1 attacking midfield signing. How much accuracy I like. I'm trying to do that, and I missed my own finger. There we go. En-Nesyri is his #1 striker target. Make no mistake about that. If he can get him, he will get him. And I don't feel that this is just a lazy link. I do believe that we're possibly going back in for him. I also do believe, as I've mentioned before, that the dynamic of the club, the reputation of the club, the prestige and the way the club is viewed on the continent, I'm talking about West Ham here, has elevated somewhat since the last time we went in for En-Nesyri. I just wonder if En-Nesyri would now look at it now and think, okay, this is a consideration. I don't go along with the suggestion that strikers won't want to sign for West Ham because of Mikel Antonio. You deal with these top players; they've all got whopping great egos. You've got to have an ego. I never mean ego as an insult. I really don't. I think everybody that wants to achieve anything in life, whatever your chosen field is, you've got to really try and strive to be the best at whatever you're trying to do. And I think certainly a top class striker you can't be in the league or not want to be the best striker in the league. You can't play in the Europa League and play for a club like Sevilla who have hoovered up really in European competition, certainly over recent years. I don't think you can do that and not fancy yourself a little bit. So there's no way Youssef En-Nesyri is going to look at West Ham and think, I can't go there because Mikel Antonio will keep me out. The same course he won't. He'll look over there and think, I'm taking his place. And so he should. That's what as any player you want coming over to have that attitude. Anyway, there you go. Let's see if we've learnt a little bit. We've spoken about Karim Benzema. I'm gonna have to go back and check if I got his name wrong, because that could be quite litigious. So if there is a little pause or a little break in this, it's because I've called him somebody else. I've got in my mind that I've called him somebody else that begins with B. So we had a bit of that. We had a bit of a sing-song. We've had a farting joke, 2 farting jokes as well. We've barely mentioned Zuma or Lingard. I think all in all, a bit of a car crash of a video. But we move on. The show must go on. We'll be back tomorrow. Obviously, loads of stuff going on. Match day tomorrow. I'll do a little sneaky cheeky video in the morning, just a little build up to the game. Got a patron breakfast as well. Build up show. Watch along. Sorry. It doesn't matter. My mind's all over the place today. And then of course we've got the review, and then followed by the player ratings. All go at Hammers Chat. I'll see you tomorrow.